Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Jasmine Rivera. Today I'm just going to take you through a really quick, easy, nutritious meal. This meal is loaded with folate. It's really good for your anemia. It actually does better than oatmeal, contrary to what people believe regarding oatmeal. And it's packed with protein. It doesn't take any time to make it. So here's what you're going to be making today with me. You're going to be making grits, butter grits. We're going to throw some cheese in there, mainly because that's the way we like it. It is totally optional. We're going to make some bacon, and we're going to make eggs that we have here. We have 2 eggs. Here are the grits. This is the kind of grits that I cook with. For seasoning, I know a lot of people season their stuff differently, but this is what I use to season my grits. I use salt, garlic, and oregano. So here we go. Right now we have a cup of water boiling. We're gonna take a half a cup of milk for creaminess and texture and put it in there to boil. We're gonna grab 3 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna throw it right in there and let that boil for a little while. We don't measure a lot of things, but we're gonna take some salt and we're gonna sprinkle a little bit. This is always to taste. So I'm just gonna do a couple of, it's not really coming out. I'm just gonna do a little sprinkle. That's good for taste. I'm gonna add in some oregano. And it's all to your tasting. These are 100% totally optional. But for me, I need some flavor and some garlic, right? So while we have that water boiling, we're gonna come over here. Maybe I can figure it out, maybe I can't. We're gonna open up the bacon package. And we're gonna throw, let's say we just want a nice bacon flavor. Bacon goes well with anything. And if you throw it on your grits, I'll show you at the end of this clip how it's presented once it's all done. So we're gonna do 3 pieces of bacon. One second, let me wash my hands. Okay, so while that's going, I'm also taking out this cheddar cheese because I'm going to throw it inside the grits so that it has a nice cheesy flavor. So while we're waiting for that to go, we're going to take half a cup for right now and we're going to eye it. So we're going to be in a nice learning curve together. Mainly because I never measure my grits. I always just throw them in the pot and I can tell when it's enough. So we have all that going. We can put these eggs, this pot back here on low. We're going to take a tablespoon and a half of butter. Butter is a really healthy fat, and this one is organic butter, so I like it. And the objective with grits is to have that really, really juicy, buttery flavor in it that we all love so much, right? So as you can see, the butter is melting down over here. And what I'm gonna do, as we watch this, you guys, I also want to introduce you to my daughter who is doing all the recording for me.
Hi.
Her name is Jaslyn. She is part of the cooking of the family. When I don't want to do it, guess who does it? She does. So it's vital that she does see this. So as you can see, we have that going. We have the bacon going, and we have the grits going. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab a bowl for presentation.
Don't forget salted butter. Also clean up your area while you're cooking.
Yes, cleaning the area is vital. So I don't know how you like your bacon. You can do your bacon to your liking. I know for grits, I like my bacon nice and crispy. Mainly because I like to crumble it over it so that I can get a little bit of bacon in every bite.
I get to eat this at the end, right?
Sure.
Ah, yes, my mistake.
Okay, so here we have this. Are you able to pull that closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn, this thing is hot.
Sorry about that. We're taking half a cup. And we're just gonna mix it. And let's look at the texture. If I can pick up the spoon and see a little bit of it in here, and be really careful with grits. Grits gets done super quickly. So once again, just to reiterate, we have 1 cup water, half a cup of milk, and we put a half a cup of grits in there. And it is a little messy. So I stirred that. As you can see, it's thickening up already, which is great. Is at this point that we want to throw in the cheese when it's almost thick, but not fully thick. And for the sake of it, we're going to take 2 slices of cheese. And be very careful. As you can see, the grits is popping. Let's lower this down. Let's just do that. Because grits will pop. Actually, you could even almost remove it off the stove for safety. You don't want to get burned because grits will scar you. Okay. As you can see, you see how I let it sit there and it just started thickening up all on its own? Jazz, can you move over so you don't get burned, please? And because it just popped, I'm raising it above again. And the cheese is melting in there because grits get really, really hot. You don't want your grits too thick. You still want some creamy. That's why you put the milk in there. Okay. So there you have it. Grits are done. I have this bowl next to me because I am giving this meal away to a friend. And I'm going to stick the grits inside the bowl so that you can see how I serve it up. So we have that. I'm going to put this in the sink. I don't know where it is. Because I've seasoned the grits and because I've seasoned everything else and you're going to have so much rich flavor here, I'm not going to put salt and pepper on my eggs. Okay. Be careful, kids. Sorry, I'm just wiping down the stove here because while it's hot and it's freshly spilled on it, it's easier to clean up. So as you can see, my daughter has been on the sidelines, actually taking care of the bacon. You can do this by yourself, which is fine. This bacon is perfect, and it's perfect to come off. So I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna grab a paper towel while my daughter is there.
Don't burn your bacon, guys. It doesn't taste good.
So they're not burnt, but they are crispy to perfection. And if you want, you can save the bacon grease. I typically save the bacon grease because I cook with it. It's natural fats. And it just makes everything taste great. So we're gonna move these two things right over here as we continue to focus on the eggs and kind of clean up our mess. Now you can do your eggs scrambled, or you can do them sunny side up. All right, you can do your eggs however you like them. I personally prefer yolk to get mixed in with everything. Remember, this is buttery. You don't want it to be on the stove for too long. We'll do this only because I like the edges a little crispy. Everyone has their personal preference on how they like their eggs, right? So I'm gonna actually split this in half, only because I want to lay it out a certain way. So we put one there. We put another on the side of it, and let's bring it over here. Let me turn that stove off real quick. And then we take the bacon, and this is like the best part. See how it crisp? I just crunch it all over it. Grab it, crumble it, and that way you can almost get little pieces of bacon in every single bite. Voila, you're done. And you're done. So I want to sit there and say thank you so much for joining me today. I know that this was a really quick video. As we continue to go forward, I will definitely be sure to include other items. Some of the items that you can look forward to would be curry chicken with basmati rice, or something as simple as jerk chicken if you like island. Also, another thing that you can really look forward to coming back and watching is a lot of Spanish dishes. Just so that you are aware, I am Puerto Rican and West Indian, but I grew up in New York City. So growing up there means I had access to a plethora of dishes and cuisines that would always inspire me to want more. But at a certain age, I wanted to investigate more about the food that we're eating. And I also wanted to be well aware of the food deserts that existed in my communities. And so we had to learn to be creative with what we have. This dish literally costs you pennies for it, and it's super nutritious. Grits is really inexpensive. You don't need much. A bag can sustain a long time. With this recipe, it's easy to triple up, and it all depends on your serving size. You don't have to make a bowl that big. I was doing it for the case where this is going to feed that amount of grits can feed about 2 to 3 people, depending on how they eat. But we want to be nutritious, we want to be strong, we want to nourish our bodies, we want to honor the temple, and in doing that is investigating your food. And if you live in a food desert, we will definitely explore in future videos what that is like and how you can still fill your belly, fill your body with nutritious blessings that God has put here for us that you can maximize on. Anyway, have yourself a good time. Until next time, let me stop. If there's a recipe or something that you are curious about making, please provide us with feedback. We will help you do that. And we will do it to the best of our ability. So thank you once again for joining us. Until next time, blessings.